Yeah, I would be really careful with that because I do believe that there's a spiritual world out there, and you have to really be careful on playing with Satan and in hell. And I mean, you can do something, of course. You can just be like in touch with your spirit and the Holy Spirit and with God and say to God, hey, I'm doing this for you, man. you know?
Right, right,
So
right.
I can totally get into it, and I agree with you, but I would be really, really careful because maybe if I would be the director, I would have nightmares.
Yes, yes. So all of you future filmmakers or veteran filmmakers, be careful when you do a horror film.
yeah.
I will also say something about horror films that it is a great way, unfortunately, it is a great way for a young, aspiring filmmaker to work their way up to action films and drama because most horror films do not have big budgets at all.
Yeah.
Horror films in all the genres out there,
Mm-hmm.
horror films are one of the best investments that an investor or a studio can make because let's say that a horror film is $10 million, $15 million. Horror films over and over again not only make back the money and the cost for their budget, but also bring in a profit. And a studio can say, okay, in the next year, we are going to do 5 horror films and we're going to spend $100 million on those 5, let's say. And in those 5 films, $100 million, they could easily, for the studio, gross $200 to $300 million, and they made a nice profit
Mm-hmm.
on that. And they can make 5 films for what the cost of one action film that's $150 million would be, and their risk is far far less. Okay, we're going to stop talking about horror films now.
okay.
I promise you, all across the world, stop with the horror films, Craig. Okay, I will. I'm stopping right now. What does you're talking about faith-based films in Mexico, and I was going to mention one other thing. It's that, and I don't know if Canadians and Americans and Europeans understand this that might be listening, but when you step foot into